was still reviewing punch. Yes, any story?
Yeah, I have a story. This is concerning tanker drivers. So the Nigeria, I don't like being the bearer of sad news, but they said that there might be another round of fuel crisis or based on fuel scarcity in Nigeria, as the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Workers on Thursday have announced that they will not be lifting petroleum products beginning from next week Monday due to the high cost of operation. The NATO members have repeatedly raised the concern concerning this for a while. They said that the high cost of diesel is influencing the cost of trucks transporting this petrol, and it is not being reflected. So the oil marketers have told correspondents this Thursday that the diesel is now between 1,250 to 1,400 naira, and that is depending on the area of purchase, and it is impacting on the petrol, and they cannot charge or collect that money back. And this is why they might be stopping the lifting of fuel. Now, we've already had queues even from this week. So I'm imagining what is going to be next. Please, let's not wait until NATO should not do this to us. They should keep on announcing and negotiate with the government. There's no need to down tools, because the impact is not going to affect government. It's going to affect Nigerians like you who are also going through their everyday activity, and they need the help of the use of fuel. So I'm hoping the government responds to them fast today to avoid them downing tools by Monday.
Another story in punch? Let's move on.
Okay. The National Association of Nigerian Students disagreed with the assertion of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, that's ASUU, that federal government student loan scheme will keep the beneficiaries perpetually indebted. That's the students who keep paying the loan for almost the rest of their lives. And, they had argued in the National Executive Council meeting that happened in Yenagoa, Bayelsa, that the initiative will not allow universities to have enough funds to function effectively. They also said that they were skeptical of the loan because it seemed like the ones in better managed economies have even failed, not to talk of Nigeria that we know is bedeviled with a lot of corruption, and it may not succeed here. And also the fact that they now want the scheme will now aid a lot of people to focus more on private universities instead of public universities. But the National Association of Nigerian Students are saying that they do not agree with what ASUU is saying, that this represents a ray of hope for students who are not able to pay their fees. And so if they have an issue with it, if ASUU has an issue with it, they should present their matter without, affecting the students who actually need this to happen. And also that they themselves, the students now, are capable of talking for themselves and saying what they need and what they do not need. ASUU should just, face their issues with the federal government and leave the students' loan alone, because the students apparently need it. So it's been a back and forth between ASUU and the National Association of Nigerian Students. But I think everybody's really looking forward to this loan taking place soon.
It's all good. Okay. Daily Sun, food crisis, government orders clamp down on hoarders. Police recruitment jammed to conduct CBT tests for over 171,000 shortlisted applicants. ASUU insists federal government student loan remains rejected. War against media, Soludo aides destroyed newsstands and newspapers. You failed to implement our demands, ASUU tells Tinubu. Again, CBN raises customs exchange rate to 1,515 naira to the dollar. And rescue economy from collapse, reps charge federal government. Okay, which story are we taking?
Yes, so
Police recruitment. So, good news for those that are hoping to join the police, and I think that it's important that people take notes. We've been following this story, and I remember when we took the story the first time, it showed that the statistics favored some region in Nigeria having more people applying to join the police, and we'll see the result much later. So out of all the 36 states, about 171,000 applicants have been successful through the screening exercise, and they're expected to take place in a computer-based test. So the CBT is the next level. After the CBT, they're expecting they would have at least 44,000 applicants successful, who would then go on to go through the practical test, which is going to be the date for that test to be announced. This entire process is conducted by the Police Service Commission. They fixed the computer-based test for March, the 5th of March, and they also added the different cadre that will be recruited, the general duty cadre. They listed JAMB for the CBT, to carry out the CBT for them. Kaduna, of course, has the highest number of candidates, followed by Bauchi, Benue, Katsina, while Anambra has the least number of candidates for the aptitude test, Lagos 500, Ebonyi 600. The southern states need to, at least this is already, you've already passed this one, Sha, but let's just do better so that we can secure ourselves, because with this number of applicants applying from the southern parts, you are most likely going to be policed by
I don't want to believe, you know, we've always taken this thing that, you know, that applicants apply more in the north and they don't do as much in the south. I don't want to believe that the platform for application was as open as that.
For the south,
because I had a feedback on the army application from Edo State, and it didn't look that open. Somebody read, yes, and it was further shortlisted. In fact, they had only one female from a particular region and it was further shortlisted.
Wow.
So I think there's a target. I think if that's not the case, let's hear from
leave it open.
the employee.
do a quota system that makes it compulsory for every region to support, to submit their list.
All right, so Daily Sun reports that there seem to be officials of the state government in Anambra beat up vendors in Awka. According to this story, the attackers, who were officials of the Awka Capital Territory Development Authority, ACTDA, disclosed that the state government does not want any newspaper to be sold on streets. So heaps of newspapers were destroyed. The aides to the governor also beat up people, especially vendors at the popular Aroma Junction, and destroyed POS machines. Why do they have to destroy?
As in,
So it said that the action of the men of the ACTDA made passers-by and petty traders in the area to rain curses on the government and cause mayhem. And they say they're trying to clear up the streets of all these vendors and traders, but I don't know.
No, but why do they go through the
Designated
route of
areas.
destroying? We're always destroying things that we still need money to buy back at the end of the day and then spoil people's businesses. There's always a way to handle these things. But I have a sad story. So gunmen suspected to be headsmen on Wednesday killed 4 persons in Imana village in Ikobi Council Ward, Upper Local Government Area, Local Government of Benue State. And according to the story, they said it happened in the evening. A community leader from Ikobi, Mr. Atule Amodu, was the one who spoke to newsmen in Makurdi and said 4 persons were killed while 1 person was seriously injured. And he said it happened at about 5:30 p.m. On Wednesday. They had armed herdsmen who launched an attack in Imana village in Ikobi Council Ward. They killed 4 persons, injured 1 person. And they said initially when they came to attack, they were able to get soldiers to repel them. But then after the soldiers drove them away, they came back again. And how they operate is they come, carrying their cattle, and then as they are moving through village to village, they are dropping their warriors who are going inwards to kill the people. And that area is surrounded by mountains, so it was easy for them to just attack them and kill them like that. So if you come into that area, a lot of women do not even have food to eat. They are begging food because there's a lot of havoc that these people have caused them. But the chairman of the Upper Development Association confirmed the attack, talked about the bodies that had been killed and they had recovered. But the police public relations officer had said that she has not been briefed about the incident yet.
Okay, Vanguard, our last paper for this morning. Security Tinubu governors agree on state police. Climate Change NNPC Limited and Total Energies joint venture achieves zero gas flare. Sultan Obimon Asagba. CBN bars immediate repatriation of all IOC's forex earnings. Edo Guba, your decision not final. Ganduje tells Uzodima's primary election committee. 3.5 billion naira scandal. Peter Obi 6 probe of LP campaign funds. And Nigeria's hungry due to Tinubu's shambolic economic policy, says Articles 8. Okay, which story?
Do we have...
I had the major headline, but
go ahead.
Oh, I did. So they said Oyo State shut 6 health facilities for quackery. So they said about 6 health facilities have been shut down Oyo State capital, by the state government over quackery. And the facilities were sealed. And according to the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Prince Dotun Oyelade, he said that they had committed various offenses, including recruitment of unqualified personnel to provide medical services and engage in illicit practices. So among the facilities sealed were the New Jobi Memorial Hospital, Omolara Clinic and Maternity Home, IPED Amazing Grace Medical Clinic, Emiloju Clinic and Maternity Center, Ubere and Safeway Clinic, Baremu, and Emilagba Clinic and Maternity Center, Ibadan. So, speaking at the inspection and monitoring exercise, within the Ibadan metropolis. The State Anti-Quackery Task Force Committee Chairman, Dr. Adekunle Aremu, said the team had to carry out the operation as part of the government's effort to clean out the healthcare system so that we do not have a lot of people being attended to by quacks, and they will not be tolerating any form of quackery or substandard practice in the health sector. And this is likely to continue, from time to time as well.
Okay, we have to wrap up, I think, final paper, which we can take. The Nigerian Tribune says UK economy falls into recession. Rising food prices push inflation rate to 29%. And that's all we can take on today's papers. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, move on to the next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.